What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-High Radio Shouty, and as always, I got my podcast partner in the building with me, OG Gangsta Wicked.
Man, you know what? You know what, B-High?
What, man?
I was thinking the other day, right?
Talk
and you know
to
how
me.
every time you with your intro, yo, this your boy B-High, you know, I'm with OG Gangsta Wicked and all this, right? I got a new one.
Give it to me.
I think you should be like, you know what I'm saying? This your boy B-High. I'm with, you know what I'm saying, a real capital G. You know
real
what I'm saying?
capping ass nigga.
Even though I'm a lowercase G. You're not feeling the capital G, the lowercase G? You ain't feeling that?
No, I mean, you know what, Wick? You and your dad jokes don't work, and they're starting to aggravate everybody in the audience. It make my ear bleed a little bit. My ear started bleeding when I heard that one. And I didn't even know where you were going with that one. Wick.
I'm a capital G, you're a lowercase G.
Okay, with that being said, we need to...
It's a delay effect to the joke, ain't it?
No, it's not a delay effect. It just made me even more madder. BET Awards, man. Yeah, your joke was about as good as the BET Awards.
Can't say that, B-High.
Well, you know what? I'm going to just be real. And this is for the audience out there. Hey, man. We ain't up under no umbrellas. We ain't got no daddies in our pockets telling us what we can and what we can't say. So
Absolutely.
Guess what? We gonna say what the fuck we want to say.
I agree.
Now, with that being said, the BET Awards came on, Wick. First of all, I will say this now. It was a damn good show. Mm-hmm. The sets and all of the stages for all of the shows, that shit was top tier.
Okay.
I enjoyed all of that. I enjoyed the performances, and I mean, I thought it was a pretty good show, man. I mean, you know, scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 7.58.
The entire show,
Yeah,
or just the sets.
The sets were a 10, but I'm gonna say everything all together 7.58.
I could say I could go with that only because of the ending, only because of Fat Joe for one.
Yeah,
and
Fat Joe did
when
his
they
thing.
brought out all the legends, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
I kind of think that to be honest with you, I think the award show is about over. The BET Hip Hop Awards. Looking at it, it felt like when something has ran its course. That's to me. You know what I'm saying? You might have felt different. They might have felt different out there. To me, it almost had a little tear in my eye where you say, you know what? When you realize your relationship is over. You know, you had that moment where you're in a relationship and then y'all break up, but the breakup take 2 or 3 years because you're kind of off and on, and then eventually you just sit down and say, it's been really over for 3 years, for 4 years, but I'm just now accepting it. Last night I accepted it. The Hip Hop Awards to me, are over. B-High, we have to bring in our legends, which we were talking about last time I was here, to save the show. If it was not, if you take the legends out of that, what did we have last night? You tell me, what did we have without Method Man, without
Flip,
3-6?
Yeah,
you know, we're now calling on our OGs to come and save these type of award shows.
Well, see, I'm gonna say this: by them calling the OGs, I appreciated that for one, because that's all I've been screaming the whole fucking time.
But are they doing that? Are they calling the OGs because they're really respecting the OGs, or because the ass is on the line? We gotta have some for people to look at, to tune in, because all the young artists, B-High, are in jail or dead.
What happened last night has proved the point that I've been trying to make for the last 10 fucking years. The point that I've been trying to make for the last 10 years is that I don't give a damn what's going on in hip hop. Certain artists have fan bases that ain't went no damn where, and they have active and engaged fan bases. And a lot of times we focus on what's new and what's hot, and we forget about what's tried, true, and tested. An example of that was the show didn't get jumping until Pusha T got up there with the clips.
Absolutely.
And Crunk Up Grinding. And then when I thought about that song Grinding, it took me back to a time to I like, man, I remember that song was going crazy as hell. But then I also thought about the youth that were being introduced to hip hop at that time. If all you was hearing is, you see what I'm saying? You're like, oh shit, nigga, this is hip hop. Nigga, I love this shit called hip hop. Do you hear what the Clips is doing with Pharrell right now? It takes you to a time where you are just intrigued and fascinated with the music. The only person that gave me the now is the time for them and their record is gonna stand the test of time was Glorilla. Glorilla's record, I feel like she was the star of the show.
She was.
I feel like she's standing for something totally different because she's coming out there as her authentic self.
Glorilla ain't authentic. Now, I ain't gonna let you get away with that. See, that's what I be talking about right there. You
coming with your hating ass shit.
No, you bait me in, and then I be listening to it. I be like, B-High has really matured. He has really grown.
As I sip on my exotic pop.
And then you say something, just bow-legged. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, something deformity. You know what I mean? You say something crazy. First of all, Glorilla owe every single dime that she has made to Webby.
Stop.
That fuck nigga free song is independent. Anybody out there, they slowed the track down. That's all they did. They don't took that track that Webby did with Pat back then and slowed it down to make it, to what they listening to now. And it's a INDEFUR nigga fun. It's the same thing. It's the same.
I'm glad you did that.
So first of all, she needs to be paying homage. Now I don't know, have she paid homage to, or she trying to walk around here bow-legged like you two, act like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? See, I'm glad everybody saw how Wicked just explained himself. Okay,
right.
That specific way that you explained yourself and what you said is why the old niggas are not invited to the party. That's why they don't invite you to the party. Because you coming in there with that bullshit.
Because I'm telling the truth.
You coming in there with some bullshit.
I'm coming there with the truth. When people listen to that song, they're going to get in your comments. When they y'all go out there and listen to both records. Listen to the Fuck Nigga Free record and listen to Webby's Independent and tell me she didn't slow that song, that it's the same exact song.
Y'all OGs are always trying to find something. She got other records that's just as hard as that. It's not harder.
I ain't heard them yet. I heard the one tomorroh. It's okay. I like it a little bit.
Man, just
because you tell me to like something don't mean I have to like it.
Well, you need to learn how to. That's some bullshit.
You can't hit me back with my same thing. But no, you know what? I feel like she is a star, but she's not the baddest chick. A lot of that stuff came from Lil Kim's, the Trinas. You can't even call yourself the baddest chick when Trina, she's the baddest chick from the 305. How you the baddest chick all of a sudden?
How did you
now?
feel about seeing Trina get the love that she deserved?
I had no problem with that. And I feel like I don't think that Trina was the best to ever do it as a female. I think there are better recipients, just like I didn't think Loud Records was the, we'll get into that too. I think there are Queen Latifahs out there. There are, MC Lights could have got something, or a Missy Elliott, or if we talk, because they had a New York kind of feel to it anyway. Why not bring? That's another thing I think they kind of did that to try to draw in different demographics from different places, because you got a New York feel. You got Fat Joe hosting, but he turned around and give an Icon or whatever to Trina. No. That's at the time right there. Since you're going with Fat Joe, just going to bring and get at the Missy. You understand what I'm saying? Since we gonna have one, or we gonna have the other.
Yeah,
But I guess that what they was trying to do. Now I will say this right here. I have no problem with Trina. One, because of the camp that she came out of. I think that award just doesn't apply to her. I think it kind of applies to Trick Daddy, to everybody that was on the label at one time, Ross, and and all the different people that I'm leaving out that was on Slip and Slide. I think that award should have went to actually Slip and Slide as far as a label itself. And I think she accepted it for everybody also. But so I have no problem with Trina.
Okay, you done shaded Glorilla, and now you shading Trina too? I mean,
I'm not.
Do I need to get you a fan or something?
I'm not shading Trina. I don't take up for Trina.
Shaded Grady. Shaded Grady. That's your new name.
I like Trina. I do. I wouldn't kick Trina out of bed. No, I definitely like seeing her stand up there and get it. But like I said, there were other females that to me was just as worthy. I'm not gonna say more, just as worthy. But she got hers. It's great for her. I have no problem with that. The loud record thing, I called you about that. I said, you know, we could have did a L.A. Reid. There was a different Jimmy Iovine. I mean, I don't know. It was different people that could have got that award also as a label. But
I like Loud Records for that because the Wu-Tang, they on tour right now. So I mean that was excellent promotion for them. 3-6, they coming off of their verses. So
Can I be honest with you about something?
Talk to me.
I don't think that Wu-Tang is. Now follow me when I say this.
I'm in the car.
That Wu-Tang is as great as a group as they were individually.
Damn.
I think that their individual success pushes the group up. I think that each one as Wu-Tang itself, I was a fan.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a country boy, so you got to understand that.
Yeah.
So it was all right.
Yeah.
But I was a bigger fan of Method by himself,
Raekwon
of RZA by himself, of Raekwon by himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of Ghostface by themselves.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Old Dirty Bastard by his damn
ODB
self.
by themselves.
Even though Old Dirty Bastard was a country ass nigga the whole time and y'all just try to act like he wasn't.
Absolutely.
That's why we love ODB because he was a real Georgia boy on the inside of New York.
Absolutely. And that's really kind of rare, B-Hop, because most of the time it's the opposite.
Yeah. Most
of the time when a group starts off, when they try to branch off by themselves, maybe want to make it. The Jackson 5s, you know what I'm saying? The Commodores, you know what I'm saying? Maybe want to make it, but a lot of times, nah. You know, the Isley brothers, you know, Ronald Isley, he could barely make it. He had to give it R. Kelly to make it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when a legendary group break apart, they actually fail and have to come back to each other. I mean, when the last time you heard about success from Bone Thugs and Harmony by themselves? Ooh. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So Amigos are trying it right now. Yeah. See how that's gonna work out for you. So normally when they break up, they fail, then they have to run back to you just say, you know what, I needed you anyway, let's get some money together. But Wu-Tang was the opposite. Yeah. Wu-Tang thrived when all of them, when they went their own separate ways. So I do have to salute them because of that, right? I just want to put that point out there.
Well, I think that Loud Record situation was a good situation. They had a real hell of a fucking roster too. I mean, you look at Bonner and coming through with Flip. I didn't appreciate them making them do half a goddamn verse. Now, when Bonner and Flip hit the stage, you see what I'm saying, for Like a Pimp, and it was like,
it was.
I was like, come on, y'all. Now, I mean, because right when that track came out, I said, oh shit, the party's about to start. And then the second they said, hey, they got off the damn stage, it made me have to go get my damn exotic pop.
They did the same thing with Project Pat with Chicken Head.
That was disrespectful too, because I needed a little chat. They should have been able to perform they whole damn songs. If we gonna really celebrate, man, perform the whole goddamn song. And let me get in there. Because by the time we got to the Wu, it turned into a Wu-Tang concert.
It did.
By the time we got to the New York artists, it turned into a New York fucking concert.
And that's why I told you that was you could see the you could see the agenda from them throwing the show what it was. That's why I say it didn't make sense to give Trina her flowers in that arena right then. You know, give her hers when it's a Southern based show, a heavy Southern influence show, not when it's mostly, you know, New York, and then you just, because it felt like she was just like, oh, by the way, let's just pick somebody. Oh, Trina, come over here and get something. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like there was a lot that went into it. Now, I'm sure she was grateful. She almost cried. I'm sure she was. But it didn't feel that genuine to me. It felt like it was just something to make people down south kind of look. You know.
Well, see, my thing is, too, when you were speaking earlier about Too Little, Too Late, this idea for this award show was the idea that should have taken place 15 fucking years ago.
Absolutely.
You bring these hot artists in here, You bring the hot old school artists in here, and you put them together up under one roof. Let them mix it up. Let them get some camaraderie going on. Let them exchange some knowledge and some game and have a good damn time and turn it into a family reunion. But we done segregated everybody for so damn long to where hip-hop, you couldn't be over 5 years old to be a part of it. That by the time you finally bring the OGs back, the young folks ain't even paying attention to it. Nigga, I'm in the house. I'm 38. My oldest daughter is 16. My second oldest is 14. Me and my wife, we in there watching the BET Hip Hop Awards. I'm expecting my kids to come in there and watch it with me because hell, it's the BET Hip Hop fucking Awards. And they didn't come in there at all. And I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck is it? Now, when I was 15 and 16 and 17, when the BET Awards came on, nigga, I'm sitting Indian style in front of the TV because I'm waiting to see Ghetto Mafia put on for Atlanta. I'm waiting to see Outkast put on for Atlanta. I'm waiting to see Atlanta put on a damn show and then see what the hell everybody else gonna do too because it's a competition.
Absolutely. And
I didn't get that feel. And it was cultural, man. It was like, every radio station the next day talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly from it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody is just it was a moment in time, and I don't feel like that moment was able to be captured. Maybe because the new generation, everybody's in jail or dead right now.
Exactly. So there's no stars. That's kind of what I took away from the show last night too. There, when you said that you have to bring in the old school, you got to come back and get us. And not me, but the my generation or before me to be able to make people watch because the artists today, they might have 2 million on Instagram or 2 million, but they don't really have no true followers. If it's not those artists getting on there and beefing with another artist, that's where they're getting a following from. People get that mixed up. It's the difference between having a following and people that's just watching you. You see what I'm saying? You have 3 million watchers. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of them, that's what they're doing. They're watching just to see what ignorant shit you're gonna do next. They're not really following you, they're watching you.
And also, I'm gonna say this, I wouldn't have been mad, and I ain't no slight to Fat Joe because it's Fat Joe's time again right now.
Don't you say nothing about Fat Joe disrespectful in here.
No, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Don't try to butter it up. I don't want no backhand compliment. Don't you say nothing.
No, because I'm about to go off from Fat Joe to what I wanted to see. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad to see the 85 South show hosted again, too. Because I thought they did a damn good job when they hosted a damn show.
I didn't see it. See, that goes to show how we're in trouble. When you got to go back, you said this a minute ago, B.I. You said it's 15 years too late, and that's what happens now. That a lot of people in our business, it ain't just the rappers, it ain't just the new generation. And I was just joking about, bless you, I was just joking about Glorilla a minute ago, right? But I do like her. She does have a kind of an old feel to it.
She do. That's probably why you like her so much, because you can feel her.
And I do. So it's not just the new rappers. A lot of new rappers that I like. I like NBA YoungBoy. I can listen to how I used to listen to Tupac. But I can get 3-4 good cuts out of him and say, you know what, I am. You know how I feel about Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? But
and then would you have felt different if you would have saw Young Boy, Lil Durk them at the damn show last night? It's like, why weren't they there?
Yeah, if you got, but see, there goes where hip hop is dead. They can't all be in the same buildings together. Damn. You see what I'm saying? Back when we were there, even if you had beef with another group here or there, y'all could get through the show, man. At worst, it might be a fight. You know what I'm saying? After the show. Now, they can't stay in the same building together, so therefore, there's no continuity when it comes to hip hop. So hip hop is when everybody has took their part. You know hyenas, have you ever seen them when they get on like a buffalo or something and everybody grab a mouthful and run the other way?
That's right.
They got a wing hanging out and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's what they have done to hip hop. So everybody has taken what they can take and not giving back to it. Taking what they can take from hip hop and ran in their own directions, ran to behind their mansion walls and peeking out. I like to say this right here. This is an analogy I use. Hip hop, we was all out in the field. If we want to go back to the slavery times, right? We all out in the field. That's hip hop. Everybody working together. Whether we picking cotton or whether we slaughtering chickens, we all together doing it though. You know what I'm saying? Then some kind of way, somewhere, these rappers, they ran up in the big house. They shut the door. They locked the door. They peeked out and they laughed at us. They said, look at y'all out there in the sun. Y'all looking dusty and broke. It rain, it cold out there, ain't it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's no more continuity. There's no more togetherness when it comes to hip hop. And so that's why you cannot put all of them up under the same roof together, because it might be a arms race.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You got to separate them half and half, like Crips and Bloods.
Yeah.
So it says right now, man, looking at it, I had a tear in my eye. It feels like to me, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a few people will tell me, Wiki, don't know what you're talking about. But it felt like to me that, bruh, hip hop is that girlfriend that we don't lost.
Now, on another note, I was happy to see DJ Drama get DJ of the Year.
Okay,
know.
just shout out to Drama.
And but I'm gonna just be real. In the same breath, I feel like y'all niggas done waited till the man won a Grammy to turn around and give him a damn BET award. That man should have got DJ of the Year about 15. That should have been his 15th DJ of the Year damn award. But now you waiting till the man that won a Grammy and got 5 artists out here selling millions of goddamn records, and now, we need to go here and get Drama, because you need him now.
Absolutely.
To bring some star power to your damn show.
Absolutely.
But the man should have got this shit years ago. So that's the other part too, man. When it comes to this industry shit, too little, too goddamn late.
Well, how the people that are in place in a lot of these different these roles that affect the culture over the last 20 years were really not hip hop heads. They didn't have the love for hip hop. What they loved is the business. What they loved is what they could get out of something that us that loved it created, and that we wore on our sleeves. Yep. You had people coming to infiltrate that and act like they loved hip hop and all. Man, we got people down here that work at the radio stations and stuff in Atlanta that are program directors, or they at these big old marketing agencies and stuff that ain't even from the South, but they'll come down here and give you a list of the South's top 10 acts of all time, and it's nothing wrong with giving your opinion, but
you can't give it no law.
Swear that is law, exactly. You know, and you from St. Louis, and you trying to tell me about Atlanta? You know, get them out. Y'all ain't really. You know, I know about. No, okay, Outkast reached you up there. I get it.
Yeah.
But you don't know what the niggas that walk these streets every day down here in Atlanta, who they feel. Just like people love Mobb Deep up in New York. Yeah, we might hear more about Jay-Z or Nas or something. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But we know, you know, New York people know what they like. California people know they loved it, the Drew Downs and you know what I'm saying, the JT Bigger Figures and those type of artists. You know what I'm saying? See, I know my history. That's one thing. Right. Anybody can say something about me, but I know where a lot of this stuff come from. Mac Dre. You understand what I'm saying? See, Cali loved Mac Dre, but see, he wouldn't be able to get an award because every single thing is going to go to Snoop Dogg, which you know how I feel about Snoop Dogg and Dre, my favorite. But
that's what it was.
A lot of these other guys wouldn't get no shine at all, silly sales out there in Cali. You understand what I'm saying?
So because it's going down.
Because you have people that come in from Atlanta and try to tell Cali what is hot. You feel me? Or come in from New York and go to Houston and tell them, well, you know, Scarface, they was all right, but you just can't really the greatest. They sold more albums. So a lot of people they infiltrated hip hop beehive to sum this up in a nutshell. They took and never put nothing back. And when I say them putting that back, I'm talking about research. They just knowing what the fuck that you're talking about before you print and say something.
You know, Andre 3000 kind of said it in that song. You know, never loving her, never appreciating her. You know, busting until it's done. You know, I mean, the whole thing is they didn't. You see what hip hop has been corporatized and had his ass whooped, and now you trying to put together some shit that ain't hip hop no more.
You trying to get us to save it. You trying to get Beehive to save it. That's why this show is successful now.
Well, now, see, they ain't trying to get us to save it. We stood up.
Okay.
And spoke up
and
for our people.
For our people. That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
and gave them an alternative that they could go to because we understood that they weren't receiving what the hell they wanted to see.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? See, the whole thing is, it was that after show after the damn BET Hip Hop Awards that got me. I was like, damn, the thing when they was doing that rapping thing after the show, that shit was off the fucking chain. That would have been something that would have been fire during quarantine as well. But I loved how they did that. Now that show, the after show, deserved a 10. The issue is that it's like they keep on trying to work. Okay, it's 2022. You're trying to bring New York into Atlanta and fit that round peg into that square hole, and that ain't working. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, ain't nobody, the days of somebody worried about what's going on in New York, that was back in that ended in 95, okay? So it's like you still trying to, so they still.
I ended it behind me. Let's just call it what it is.
So but you can still kind of feel like they're trying to push that same agenda.
Gotcha.
And then also during the show, there were just things that you could just tell that it was just industry rigged. And it's like, okay, man, you know, if this was 95, we might have went for that and believed it. But in 2022, when you try to tell me this, I ain't buying that shit. We all know who people fucking with out here and who they ain't fucking with. So it's like, it's kind of difficult for people to shove, you know, the whole gatekeeping thing to where we got the gate and we are the kingmakers. You can kind of see they still were coming from that standpoint, but it was like, now when you try to pull a kingmaker move on a public that's woke and understands what's going on, it makes you look stupid.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if I try to come in here and just say some shit that just don't make no damn sense, if I came here and said, you know what, we got a platform, we talking to millions of motherfuckers a month. Hip hop started in Atlanta, and that's what I'm gonna say.
Right.
Just because I think back in the day, if this was the only place that people could get information from,
then you can say anything.
Then I could say that and folks will believe it.
Absolutely.
But today, I say that, then I look like the damn fool. You see what I'm saying? Because folks know better. So I think, you know, folks got to do better about really figuring out who's running the culture, what people like. Now, they did
maggots are running the culture. Maggots are running a lot of the culture, and that's what
do you mean, maggots?
Maggots eat and feed off carnage. You see what I'm saying? Like I told you, that's what's running the culture. They're not putting anything back. You're not getting out what you're putting into the culture. What you're putting in, the average. I'm not talking about you, the average person. They're not getting back what they've been putting in all these years. So we're right now at a point that people have just said, you know what, I'm tired. I'm tired of it. And then on top of that, I got to deal with all the violence and all the young black men. Something else that stuck out to me last night about this show that was, besides them having to have the old school save the show, that is very women dominated. And why is that? Is it that all our men want to be women, or is it all our men are dead or in jail? I don't see that male. I don't see that Biggie. I don't see that Pac. I don't see the Snoop and Dre's. I don't see the Buns and Pimps. Even though, you know, the 8 Ball and them just did the 3 6 Mafia, when they came out there, I almost screamed. It was like when I saw Juicy and Paul, it felt like to me I saw Tupac. Because that was the only thing I could kind of relate to a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? Not just the music, but I know the mentality, what they're thinking, and what they bring to the table of hip hop.
Now, the thing that got me was one of the other highlights that I did like was ESTG when he performed his song with Jeezy.
Okay.
That did something to me.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That was a new school artist and an old school artist coming together on a new ass banger that me as an audience member, I was like, damn. This shit fire as hell. You see what I'm saying? It just looked good. It sounded good. Made me want to go in the kitchen and start whipping, and I ain't got nothing in my kitchen, but I almost went and found something to whip.
Jeezy works well with young artists. That's another thing, too. I meant to say that. I mean, because him and Bankroll on that.
That's true. All there.
Yeah, I mean.
That's true.
Me listening to All There is like trying to eat one chip. I got to listen to that thing till my ears bleed.
Damn.
But Jeezy definitely, I got to give a shout out to Jeezy because he does work well with younger artists, and maybe that's a blueprint to be able to rectify a lot of problems in hip hop if we can make, because all the young artists are sampling our music, right?
Yeah,
you do know that. And they're sampling the music and don't even half of them don't even know where they got it from. They think they don't came up with something. That's another thing, that they're just uneducated new artists. But if you get a Jeezy and artists like him from that era to get with the new school artists and start doing a lot more collabs, maybe we can unify hip hop, because right now it's just not unified, and that's what the problem is.
Also, I'm gonna have to give label of the year to Yo Gotti, okay? Because between
you won't get an argument with me about that.
Yeah, because Yo Gotti, what he done did over there with CMG is just crazy, okay? He's managed to do what was done in the 90s in 2022. The only other crew that's been able to do something similar is QC with Coach and P over there. They done did their thing. But from Moneybag to Black Youngster to Glorilla to ESTG, all them folks over there are just going crazy and jamming right now, okay?
Yeah. So,
I mean, I have to salute to Yo Gotti. It was a beautiful thing to kind of see that movement going strong and him holding it down. Also, I mean, online, I was talking to EJ the DJ. He said he saw online where folks are saying, "Good night, Atlanta. Hip hop no longer lives in the A no more."
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I mean, we abused it. I feel like that all the millionaires that were made out of this city. One thing I can look back and I can say, I remember when Dolph was alive, and that's another thing that the tribute that they did to the fallen rappers, loved it.
Yeah.
And especially with Dolph. Tennessee, the whole state, should be proud of, Dolph. But here in Atlanta, once we made the Ludacris's and the Tips and the Jeezys and, I feel like that a lot of them didn't really reach back and put back into the OGs, and then in translation, like Tip label should have been a lot bigger than it was. I feel like that it was a lot more, look at me. Atlanta has a mentality of, Gucci tried it. That's why I always gave Gucci props. You see what I'm saying?
Gucci's the man.
He's
the one.
Besides Gucci, everybody else is just more like, I got mine, and that's what it is. Who? Outkast who? Goody Mob who? Them who? That's how I felt like Atlanta. It was just, like I said, the crabs in a bucket. Getting what you can out of hip hop and running. Yep. If I do put out something, it's gonna be my kids. It's just that's the only person I'm putting around. Album out, my sons and my daughters, what I'm saying? So when you're selfish like that and you don't show love to the Kilo Ali's, the Raheem the Dreams, the Ghetto Mafias, the this and that, and that's what happens. Dolph had Project Pat and all them, and Juicy J them on songs off the rip.
Yeah.
Time he got hot.
Yeah.
Not only was he doing records with the new young hot artists, but he went back. He didn't forget where he would cover. I saw the videos. Yeah. I said, well, damn, this guy, that's the first thing that made me look at this guy Dolph and say, you know what, regardless of what his music sounds like, I like him.
Yeah.
I see Project Pat. I ain't seen Project Pat in 10 years. Yeah. But I see Project Pat, and I'm a fan of his. Yeah. I'm a fan of 666 Mafia. Yeah. But I see this man on videos where he didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Put him on his swag.
Yeah.
He doing the hook. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Atlanta artists got that give their ass to kiss. That what you get out of nigga. What?
Damn. What do you think? So do you think it's over with though? Do you think hip hop is irreparable? We in an irreparable place to where we won't get it back to the brown sugar hip hop that we love?
Well, we for people out there that always think that they smarter than me and know music more, we don't know music. And let me apologize for something else while it's on my mind. The last time I was here and we was talking about academics, I kept saying Brooklyn for where hip hop started. I meant the Bronx, but you know I'm kind of old. I'm 50, so once you get stuck with one, both of them are B, and they both start. You know what I'm saying? Bronx. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So once I got it in my mind, once I got it in my mind, that's what it was. Because some idiot come over there, he don't know what they nothing else that I said, not everything else that I said, that didn't matter. I got the name wrong. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know, Beehive. I think that the new generation that's gonna come in, everything does kind of repair itself. It can go either way. We lost rock and roll.
Yeah.
We lost country. People don't know we started country music.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They think that anything of entertainment, the black man pretty much started.
Come on.
Sports and entertainment.
Come on.
You started it.
Yeah.
It was taken from you because of years of like I said, giving people your ass to kiss, not paying homage, not holding up your legends on. Yeah. It's a litany of different things that make something fall. Hopefully we learn from rock and country music and blues and jazz. Yeah. Hopefully we learn. Now you got other cultures, they bringing jazz back.
Yeah, they are.
You see what I'm saying?
They are.
When we started, we was up there toe tapping in New Orleans, and exactly. You see what I'm saying? So hopefully it will. I'm banking on the new generation, not the one that's out now that's killing each other, destruction. The one coming after that. Hopefully they'll learn from this generation that's out right now, that's destroying the rap, and go do the opposite. It can happen.
Well, see, this is also what needs to occur, though. The people that are sitting in those offices that are making the decisions for these platforms.
I agree.
You got to stop all of this politicking and all of this extra shit. If somebody, they got the culture in their hand, give them the ball, because it's just going to make you look better.
Yeah, but
you see what I'm saying?
But I told you when you're dealing with a maggot, it's it's on the inside of the carcass. It don't care what it look like. It's a money grab. It's how much can I take from this culture and not give back the less as possible and take as much as I can. That's exactly what's going on. It went down to the DJs. It wasn't just me. I was one of the first artists in Atlanta to speak out about it. I didn't know how powerful it was when I spoke out, because I felt like it was only me when I couldn't get a record played here anymore. When I was one of the first ones in this city that was getting, that was Kilo, Raheem, them before me, but I'm talking about the break out of this city. Yeah. The first one on BET out of this city. The first one on MTV out of this city. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And then when I would go to V103s and the different stations that was here, and not the V103, my God, but to go to these different stations, because that was the only station back in the day that was here. Yeah. Not even the station you was working with was
on its way.
It was on its way then. Yeah. But when I would go to these stations and stuff, people would look at me like, I was speaking foreign. You see what I'm saying? Like, how dare me bring a record up? And I got so many records that I did that DJs here took my record, told me it wasn't good enough no more. I was washed up, and then gave it to younger artists. They sounded just like what I did, and if I say, oh man, you just mad, but that was the money grab. Yeah. You know what? Get on my field, Kilo, them, they already, Rahina, they got theirs. Let me get their music to some of the new guys, take the money from them and rip the artists off. A lot of the artists got ripped off.
But then I had to jump back in here on the BET side of things too, because there were some points in there. I enjoyed watching Kodak Black perform.
Kodak Black is just like, I saw him the other day on a picture with Monica. I said, well, maybe Monica can, the singer Monica. I said he's in good hands with Monica. Yeah. Monica gonna make sure, he stayed 10 toes. He stayed 10 toes down. It was a good look for me. I'm a Kodak Black fan. Yeah.
Kodak Black, his bars on the song with Diddy's song King Combs, when he said I was locked 23-1, and now I ball 23-1, like Jordan and one. I said, okay, that's the hardest shit I done heard in my goddamn life.
Was it harder than when they talked about me in that song?
You talking about when they said we found an op and we blew his brains out? You talking about that song? When they were talking about you was an op? That they had the Merc?
I like Super Gremlin, man. He my guy. Like I said, the roster is there with the young guys.
Yeah, some folks
but
there.
They can't get along.
And that's the other thing that hurts me too, because when I realize that all of the people that you want to see can't get along with each other, they fucking up the damn industry. Then, because if I'm in management and I'm saying, okay, let me put this show together for the BET Hip Hop Award. Okay, I'm gonna get so and so here, but hell, I'm on so and so here too. Well, you know they beefing. Okay, well, hell, so we can't bring neither one of them in then.
Or you take one and don't take me.
And don't take the other one. Now you hating on somebody.
Absolutely.
But then also you don't got time for them to come and then somebody dies at your damn award show, because that's the climate we in now.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? You bring all them boys together without no real mediation. That's a show for you, BET. We need a mediation show.
Exactly.
We need to mediate the young and the old. We need to mediate the young across the board from city to city, state to state.
Right.
But we need to find a way to get everybody in the room and have that conversation. Let's have that real tough conversation that everybody's going to tune into.
What about, let me ask you something, B.I. Let me flip it on you. Did it feel like to you that females are running hip hop, I'm talking about, to the max now?
It's all about females now. I mean, they doing their thing, man.
And I agree. And that was a takeaway that I had when I watched the show too. I said, you know what? The females are running, because even the BET Awards that was early in July, you know, with Lotto and Lizzo and all them, they got good music.
Yeah.
You know, the images are different. You know, I think the females are kind of holding hip hop up, and maybe that's the answer right there. Maybe we have to fall back for a minute and say, you know what? Let our women do their thing, and let's see if we can take a page out of them. Because I hear a little beefing here and there, and I know that your girl they beefing Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. You know, they got their little mess going on. But for years, both of them, you know, was in hip hop, and it wasn't too many problems. It ain't been too many problems. You're not hearing about too many female rappers shooting each other. Yeah. Or at the club, you know, fighting. They might talk a little bitch please on a wax here or there, but maybe we need to stand back and check ourselves as men rappers and see how the women are doing it, because they out here shining, man. They out here getting money.
That's real. I mean, so with everything being said and done, what are your thoughts about the BET Hip Hop Awards, Quick?
Overall, you gave it a 7.5. You said the sets was because I remember everything that you say. You said the sets were a 10.
Yeah.
I'll give the sets a 7.5. I will. I mean, it's not like Snoop Dogg and Dre came out in the 6'4" on stage with the whole hood behind them at the Super Bowl or nothing. I mean, come on now. Well, yeah, you had a couple of strobe lights. You know, it's not like Michael Jackson, the floor was lighting up when you walked on Billie Jean, you know. So I give that a 7.5. It's definitely wasn't a 10 in my eyes.
Yeah.
And as far as the entertainment go, B-High, I give it a 5 on a good day.
Damn.
I give it a 5. And the 4.5 of the 5 came from the old school part at the end with Lil' Kim. Oh, I cannot let you give out Lil' Kim. No, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to my baby. Talking to my girl. Kim, what are we doing? What's the end game to all this? Kim started out, you know, I got the poster, man. I still got the poster. I framed the poster. Yeah, I know you know.
And you look on the poster every night before you go to bed.
I'm not going to describe the poster, but every guy knows the poster. And I ain't saying it just because, I'm not just saying it just because of what she had on or this or that, but she was such a beautiful chocolate black woman. Yesterday, she's still a beautiful woman. I'm not saying that she's still a beautiful woman, but I'm just trying to figure out what's the end game, Ken. What are we doing here? Where are we going with this? I'm gonna leave it at that right there, so that when I go to New York, I don't have no problems. What are we doing behind? Get this on the lollipop, kiss the lollipop. You didn't see that part. So
you just did like her dance. You know when she hit the Kim When she hit the Kim, the crowd went wild.
That was right out of that movie, the Leprechaun. Remember when the Leprechaun, he was like, "Where's me gold?" He was doing that part.
You know what?
What?
You know what?
I saw the movie. Did you not see the movie?
First of all, I just respect Lil' Kim for still rapping and doing her damn thing.
I do too. I love Lil' Kim now.
Also, as you can see when she hit that stage, she still got the reaction. That's what hurt me too, is because it seemed like all the old school artists was getting the reactions and the new school artists wasn't even getting a damn reaction.
Man, anytime that, like I said, the Method Man come out on stage, right, that's a good night.
Yeah.
Anytime they come out, and I told you that 3 6 Mafia, Juicy and Paul were fabulous.
I love them.
You know what I'm saying? Fat Joe needs a shout out too, because he hosted the hell out that show.
He did his thing.
You see what I'm saying? And Fat Joe gives you the feel that you can come on up here with that bullshit if you want to.
Yeah.
It's going to be some order while I'm on this stage.
Exactly.
That's how you felt. Now, whether that happened or not, but that's how you feel. You say, you know what? I'll go to the show with Fat Joe there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, look like an ex-bouncer, like, he get in the crowd and just start throwing him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, we missing somebody, and I'll probably hear about it tomorrow, but overall, Beehive, I'm concerned about the culture. And like you said, is it too late to try to now bring in the old school artists and stuff to salvage it?
Yeah, I just feel like, you looking at an industry that shitted on people that have built this damn culture up, and then you try to run and hurry up and go get them when everything's going to hell. Mm-hmm. And, it's just come from, bad leadership and bad management. Mm-hmm. I was just talking to somebody the other day. I said, everybody wants to be the goddamn chief. Mm-hmm. And I said, but what they don't understand is a real chief does what's best for the village.
For the village. Mm-hmm.
But you got folks that want to be chiefs so they can do whatever the fuck is best for themselves.
I just told you that. They run up in the we had field niggas, we had house niggas.
Come on.
They run their ass up in the house and lock the door on your ass and then tell you how dusty you look. We just saw it last week, how dusty we were.
Well, I'm going to put it to you like this. I got a platform, Wick, and if I wanted to make a lot of money, if I wanted to go viral every week, I could come in here, bring folks in here and stoke beef conversations every damn day.
Right. Because that's what's going on in the internet, period.
Exactly. But that's not what's good for the village.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a cancer.
Come on. So it's like, no, I'll make less money and just talk about shit that needs to be talked about before I send everybody to hell.
And you'll this platform is going to be the biggest because of that. Because see, that's what everybody in a minute going to be trying to do what you're doing. You see, right now, the beef is, it ain't necessarily making them all the money you think.
Yeah.
It's just getting them, like I talked about, instead of a person supporting you, don't get it fooled with them just watching your monkey ass.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The buffoonery, to see, what ignorant can you go to a lower level?
Yeah.
So you got of 3 million people, 2.7 million people that look and say, this is an idiot.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, when you are number one in the game, which right now we number one in the streets.
That's right.
When we are number one worldwide, which we're on the way to, it's going to be something powerful because of what you built the house off of. You built the house off bricks instead of straw.
Those are just facts, man. And we're going to sit it right there. You got anything you need to let these folk know with?
Yeah, I've been dying for all the women that's looking for a good man.
At the Real Ghetto Mafia on Instagram. That's where you can go find
6 figures. 6 figures.
6 figures or more. You got to be a rich chick. And we're going to sit there right there. Beehive Radio Shouty. OG Gangsta Wicked. Holla at y'all in a minute, man. Hey, also hit them comments. Let us know what you think about hip-hop in general, the BET Awards, and everything that's going on, man. Get in here and join the debate and the conversation. Holla at y'all in a minute. We gone.
We gone.